What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video, a new Processlayer Mathmech, as they are going to be called for us TCG players if I'm not mistaken, was revealed earlier today, but well, there's so much controversy about over this card, as you have seen, like hours ago, like morning, noon, my time, people were already commenting on my previous video, and I was also reading comments like online, etc, Facebook, like, oh man, this card is broken. Hey dude, did you see this card? And I was like, let me double check. And after reading the card, I was like, what's the big deal? It's an okay card, but like let's face it. And I saw Drew's video as well. Don't overhype this particular card. Of course, it's solid, as in for Processlayers. Mathmech, it's a very solid card. It gives them so many more options, search capabilities, etc. But let's face it, okay, it's generic, but it needs at least 3 level 4 monsters. Well, if you want to surge that spell or trap, it needs 4 level 4 monsters. Come on, that's not realistic in today's format. Well, let's just be honest, right? It really doesn't make sense, like overhyping this card. It again doesn't make sense. For Processlayers, on the other hand, it's solid. It's so good. As you saw, I've changed my build a little bit, added in like a couple of extra deck cards here, being the Cyberburst, Wicked as well, and the Link, the 2 Link ones, well 3 Link ones, like a Link Spider for example, to make this particular combo. Again, this particular combo definitely works with your Balancer Lord, giving the extra special summon as soon as it's banished. And you know, thanks to your Link ones, both Link Disciple and your Link Devotee, you can banish your Balancer Lord from your graveyard to special summon the Processlayer you just searched out with the effect. And you know, that will be Nebula. Nebula being the most important tutor for the deck, the Dark One, the tuner. And you know, like you can tribute any other monster on your side of the field to special summon something from the deck, right? So immediately tutoring your second important, most important card, like Multiplier. Again, you know Multiplier, you know how Multiplier works, right? So I like this particular combo, thanks to Balancer Lord, with the addition of any level 4, any Processlayer, doesn't really matter which one, right? But there are some, well, like variations, as you'll be seeing here. If you have another level 4 in hand, you can get 4 level 4 monsters on your side of the field at the same time. So again, as you saw, searching basically any card, right? Searching any spell, any trap. In the OCG, they can search Soul Charge, they can search Vanity's Emptiness. We in the TCG don't have that, but well, like the first card that comes to mind, let's say if you're playing against Sky Strikers, well, Imperial Order is like the first card that comes to mind that can completely shut down their entire deck. So those particular cards that, let's say, any trap or any spell that prevents your opponent from, or an exact deck from playing the game, that seems really, at least that seems reasonable of getting this surge. But again, let's face it, okay, it's generic, but no deck can make this card. Well, let's be a bit cautious, maybe in the future, but okay, 6 Samurais maybe, but let's face it, they can do so many more things. And again, by the time they actually get the 4 different level 4 monsters on the field, they probably can do other stuff, much better stuff, right? So again, it doesn't really make sense of overhyping this particular rank 4 Xyz. But again, in Processlayers, Mathmech, on the other hand, it's a solid card. Again, with your Sigma, your level 4 Sigma, you know, the one of the red guys that it's basically a Sephiroth of the deck. Like when it's in your graveyard, you can special summon it to the side of the field if you don't control a monster in your main monster zone. You know, it's like the best card to discard off of your Signet Mining or Twin Twister, for example. It's a left card here, next to Gameciel. Again, a very solid card, discard fodder basically, and of course extra level 4 on the field. Thanks to this new link, thanks to this new Xyz well, Xyz monster, right? Despite special summoning your Sigma to the field, normally it would have been banished. Let's say if it was tributed by one of your Processlayer monsters or used for the Synchro Summon. Well now, thanks to this cute, very solid new rank 4 Xyz, it will just be sent to the graveyard. And the beautiful thing here is that this new Processlayer rank 4 Xyz. It gives a search upon summon, so it basically searches any Processlayer card from your deck. That can be the equip, that can be the monster reborn, basically anything to advance your game state, maybe search the appropriate monster, right? Depends. But, and on top of that, Konami gave it a Lone Fire Blossom effect as well, so it immediately can tribute itself, get rid of itself from the extra, yeah, indeed from the extra monster zone, opening again another extra deck play, so facilitating those OTKs. So in this particular deck, the card is bonkers, definitely, but yeah, in other decks, like, we are not going to see this in any other deck, right? But again, bit cautious in the future, you don't know if Konami is going to release other support, other archetypes, Master Rule 5, maybe, whatever, that can instantly make this card with the greatest of ease, and then, yeah, basically can search everything from the deck. Then again, it's quite easily stopped. Let's say Ash Blossom, Effect Failure, Impermanence, right? And it's, again, quite, you need a lot of resources to go into it, so it might seem a little bit dangerous if you don't have the Call by the Grave, let's say, in your hand to potentially stop, like, the Ash Blossom. You're just investing, like, 4 level 4 monsters if you want that big search, right? Let's face it. You don't always need that, especially if you're playing the Zanki, aka Processlayer, aka Mathmech, right? So anyway, Fire Fist as well. The Tiger King actually comes in handy here. I can't use the level 8 Synchros effect when it destroys something by battle, right? But I think I can go for the OTK thanks to the Equip spell. Again, sending the Division from my deck to the graveyard, half the opponent's monsters attack, and yep, that's indeed much, at least that's indeed enough to attack for game, right? So, Processlayer is definitely a deck that wants to go second. Again, you let your opponent just establish their board, and okay. And as you'll be seeing, I don't think the replay is against Pendulum Magicians, is that the problem still is that, well, we are still in Master Rule 4, and as you know, Yugioh in 2019 states that you want to go first, A, and B, you want to vomit your entire hand to the field and leave like multiple negations on the field, prevent your opponent from playing the game. And that's where this deck struggles against. Okay, you can play like the Kaijus, a couple of Kaijus, Impermanence, maybe Ash Blossom, not too many interruption or disruption cards. Again, you want to have some, at least this deck is heavy, combolicious, so you need your multiple card combos to get your Processlayer Beatstick on the field, so you don't want to main deck too many disruption cards, right? So it's iffy, this deck, and here is the Pendulum replay, is that going second, you want to go second, but if you're playing against a deck that has like, or can vomit its entire hand to the field and set up multiple negations, it's hard for this deck to play through that, right, and or prevent that as a whole. So yeah, anyway, thanks to this new rank 4 Xyz, Processlayer's Mathmech definitely have the capability of going first. By tributing it, well, get a search, right, and I think most of the time, if going first, you'll be searching their themed trap card. It's like a Gotham's E-Call, a Call of the Haunted Ally card that can, you know, like reborn up to 3 different process layers from your graveyard, potentially immediately giving the Synchro Summon or Xyz during your opponent's turn, and that's a cute gimmick of the archetype. You know, the Trishla, or their rank 4 Xyz Trishla, is also quite nifty, something not to underestimate. Problem is, though, is that the opponent sees it coming if you searched out the trap during your own turn. This is so easy. It's very straightforward, right? Last replay here. Again, getting Sigma in the graveyard. A free level 4. Again, establishing the field, right? Getting some extra searches here. Tribute the rank 4 Xyz play. And yeah, again, the searching sword, giving the extra attack boost as well. And the double attack. This should be 15k attack damage. I guess battle damage indeed. So, well, okay. The new rank 4 Xyz, I've seen people overhyping it. Nah, guys, come on. That's definitely not worth this particular card. It's good, it's solid in Zanki, it's solid in Processlayer and Mathmech in the archetype, but in other decks, again, let's face it, okay, Pendulum Magicians can make this, but are Pendulum Magicians really going to waste, like, 3, well, you know, like, if they want to search a spell or trap, 4 monsters to make this? All their Pendulum monsters will be detached and sent to the graveyard instead. Again, that's not really optimal. You don't want to do that, right? And Samurai as well. Satella Knights also have better options, like, again, just their standard Xyz, right? Triver, for example. So, it's a solid card. in this particular archetype in Processlayer. So again, like always, feel free to leave feedback about this particular list. 43 cards with triple desires, but you can definitely drop 1 desires from the main deck, make it 42 cards, maybe change a couple of cards here and there, but I like the triple Balancer Lords because of that small Cybers combo here in the extra deck. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.